said, when growing plants that large, what's the steps that are necessary to make sure the harvest comes out with the least issues, like pest problems, mold, and how much of the part does it connect to the strain or cultivar in that process?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it definitely connects a lot to the strain for sure. Like we try like that's why it's hard sometimes growing new genetics up on the farms and like trying to put a lot of faith into new things because we don't know how it's going to perform outside because we've grown stuff that at the end was horrible, had a lot of problems, powder mildew or a lot of bud rot. So it's all depends on weeding out and picking the right strains for sure to make sure you don't have that many problems at the end, and then doing just that, always keeping up on maintenance on cleaning the plant and like making sure that it doesn't get any problems like early ahead and just staying on top of it with everything from predator bugs to any kind of sprays or teas that we're trying to help get rid of or keep certain bugs off the plants. So there's a lot that comes into it. And the season, like every year is different. Like because we're outdoor growers, so we're with Mother Nature. Like sometimes end of the year harvest can be dry as hell, and it could be sunny the whole time through harvest, and have a lot of dry days. Or sometimes most of the time the rain comes right at the worst time, and it's just the plants are getting soaked, shit's falling, it's getting crazy. That's why it's really important to have genetics that are going to be able to withstand that kind of beating up and like weather the storm.
Yeah, and then so it's like a lot of caging and support so we can keep our plants up straight and nice and wide and spread evenly and stuff, so they're not cramming in different spots, or when they do start to get buds, as they start to fall, they're not like a bunch smashing into one section that starts to cause mostly mold problems and stuff. The bugs have been a problem, And bugs used to, when we first started growing, we never sprayed anything. We never knew about predator bugs. We didn't even think about bugs really. There was spider mites after the first couple years of growing, and that was like a huge problem for everyone. And now for the last few years with the broad mites, the russet mites, and the aphids, it's like outrageous. Just the aphids alone, last like 2 or 3 years they used to never be on the buds. Maybe they're in the beginning of the year, but now it's these aphids that are all these new hemp aphids or whatever that are flying down from in the current. Like these aphids, I guess, fly in the current with the storms and come down different places. They can float in the air for days, and there's some crazy shit going on to where they spread so fast, and now they're everywhere, and it's a huge problem. The aphids are just they're so easy to kill, but they just multiply so fast, and they're worse, I'd say, than spider mites. And broad mites and russet mites are, I'd say, the worst, especially when they get bad. But the predator mites really seem to work really good on them, and if you can start your plant fresh and keep it clean with sprays. We use plant therapy a lot. It works pretty good, but it's not really potent enough to kill a bad infestation on things. So you got to do a little bit of double whammy with the predator bugs and the sprays, and the teas really help a lot. Also, to just not have to spray with insecticides and stuff, the teas alone can keep your plant clean. And even just like with the aphids, spray the bugs off, you know what I mean? It's sometimes, but it's so much spraying to do. You're going through hours and hours to spray these plants, and we have a cool sprayer now, but it still takes a long time. It's just the timing is the main thing that we've noticed throughout all these years and stuff. When we talk to people, is just if you can stay on your timing and have a real specific regimen, then you're not falling behind on bugs also and everything on the plant, but mostly bugs and stuff. Is if you just are good on timing, dropping your bugs every couple weeks, spraying, very few times in between that if you have to.
This FTS clip was brought to you by AC Infinity, leaders in garden innovation. Use discount code TheStash15 at checkout to save some money on your order.
From the Stash Podcast.